Yo, good.
All right, what's up, everyone? It's Nick Atkin here, South China Morning Post, SCMP Martial Arts in Hong Kong for another edition of the Post Fight Podcast. I got my guy JHK John over here, and we got a special guest, Reinier de Ridder, the One Championship middleweight champ, joins us while playing cards with his daughter. First of all, Reinier, who's winning, you or your daughter?
It's hard for me, but I'm letting her win a bit.
I bet. You're just saying that she's kicking your ass, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the reason we wanted to talk to you, RDR, is because yeah, there was a bit of news that came out, but then you seemed to knock it down. Chatri told me you wanted to challenge for the welterweight interim title. I put the news out there, and then you said, "No way, he can come up to middleweight." What's going on? Is this fake news, or is it some posturing? What's happening here?
I don't know who started it, but I think it's better if he just comes up to middleweight. He's an interesting guy, right? So his wrestling is top notch. His wrestling is very good. So it's an interesting challenge, which it does get me excited. But cutting down to welterweight doesn't really get me excited, to be honest.
You said you have to cut your leg off to make it as well, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard. It will be pretty hard. So especially because it has to be hydrated, right? You have to get there steadily. That's been like steady 84 kilos when I was like 16 years old, maybe. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah, it's gonna be that will be a very very big cut. I'm open to it, uh, but it's very 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 remote. Would be much better if he comes up.
well. So Isaac is saying Chatri lied. I don't know. It's somewhere in the middle. Did you
No,
did
I
you
think
say to them?
no, I didn't. I don't think he lied. It's I think there's a lot of people in the organization, of course, and there's a lot of people between me and Chatri always. So a direct call would have been better, maybe.
Yeah, well, Chatri tends to do that sometimes with us. He'll give us some news, and then we'll put it out there, and then someone will say, "Oh, I didn't say that." And there's a lot of
Yeah,
people, aren't there, like you say, between you and him.
it's like that. It's my management, and it's the guys. It's Rick and Matt, matchmakers in one, and a lot of guys in the organization. So this shit happens, but it's all right. At least we're talking about it, right?
Yeah, because I saw you were putting out some messages saying, "I want to fight. I want a middleweight fight." And what's going on there? Have they not got any contenders for you and challengers? I know the division isn't so stacked, right? And Ong La is probably the next, he just beat Fan Wrong. He's got a few wins, but he's not agreed a new contract with the company. That's still going on. So it's a bit of a mess right now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and yeah, I'm just looking for new challenges, right? I just want new guys, and in that regard, the Russian guy is interesting, of course. Um, but yeah, it's hard because they haven't really signed a lot of new talent the last couple of years. They should be bringing middleweights in anyway, um, and if it's on, it's on. But yeah, who knows, man? I beat him twice. It's not that exciting, to be honest. So we're in a bit of
What?
a pickle.
Well, who's this guy they lined up for you last year, and then it fell through, I think, and then you ended up
Yeah.
with the Malakin fight.
Yeah, it was like a document issue or something like that, and you showed me he fought in another organization pretty soon after. So I think he's still going, but there's middleweights out there, man. There's a lot of middleweights out there. If you keep an eye on the local scene, there's a lot of middleweights coming up. So there are challenges out there, or maybe a welterweight coming up like Ramazanov.
Hmm. Ramazanov, yeah. Well, I was speaking to his buddy Jamil Gasanov, who said he walks around at 81 and competes at 84. So it'd be difficult for him to get up. I think middle if
They,
you want to come there.
they have their ways on that side of the world to gain weight, as you know.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, what do you think? Who do you think would be the right welterweight title fight then? If you're not going to do it, do you care? I know we've got guys like Murad there, Kadestam knocked out Soldich. Any of that?
Yeah, the obvious one is Kadestam, right? He's been on a
Mm.
tear, man. He's knocking everybody out. The only thing is he lost to Ramazanov before, of course. But the last couple of fights, he looked pretty much undefeatable in the in the fight with the Croatian. I'm sorry,
Oh, Soldic,
Solic.
Roberto
Sorry, yeah,
Soldic.
so
Yeah.
Roberto. Um, he the first round wasn't that great, but he stayed safe. He was moving. He didn't really get hurt with all those left hands Solic was putting on him, and he came back like a monster, man. His technical ability is really shining. So I think he's the one that deserves it. But the Ramazanov fight first time was pretty one sided. So yeah. So we're
Maybe they
all
see what you did to Abasov though, and they're a bit scared to come up because you
yeah
butchered that guy, right?
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's your own fault. You can't get a fight.
Yeah, no, but there's middleweights out there. They should, and they told me they had some new middleweights in the works. So yeah, let's do it.
Does it annoy you when you see they keep finding guys for, let's say, Reggie and Ursel, lightweight, Muay Thai and kickboxing champ? They
Yeah,
keep lining them up. He keeps knocking them down, but they can't seem to find those guys for you, can they? They're sort of reaching back into what they already have had, and yeah, you've kind of beaten everyone. It's a little bit stale.
yeah, exactly. And which sparked my interest to move up and stuff. And that didn't go too well. So
It
so
did not.
a middleweight fight would be nice. So hopefully they sign some new talent, or they can bring a welterweight up. But we'll have to see. Just to move down to welterweight, it's it would have such an influence on my day-to-day life. I really need a couple of months to get there. Um, would really be detrimental to my performance. I'd imagine. So if there's no other way, I want to fight. That's the most important thing. I want a guy in front of me. I want a nice new challenge. Um, but if it's possible in any regard, it shouldn't be at welterweight.
Yeah, you've kind of been bending over backwards to get fights. You're like, oh, I'll go challenge Malakin, or I'll try submission
Uh,
grappling with Ty Rotolo. But now it's time for you to have your bread and butter, I think, right? Would you agree? Let's get back to middleweight. This is where you do your best work, where you dominate.
yeah, definitely. And I'm not look the grappling stuff every time. It's a nice detour, and I really love it. It's so cool to be able to grapple some of the best in the world. But it's pretty hard, to be honest, if you're an MMA fighter to step out of it, and then I'm in a clinch. I have the guy where I want him. I want to throw some fucking knees and elbows, man. I want to hurt the guy. So it's a hard switch to grapple those guys. They don't do anything else but grapple. Um, so yeah. And on Region van Eersel, talking about him, what a fucking monster, man. He did awesome again, man. They're like a fucking
Yeah.
savage. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Excellent performance from him. John, sorry, I've kind of been hogging all the questions. If you have any, please ask. Otherwise, I've got a bunch more for RDR while we have him. For everyone watching, I think we're going to kind of get 15 minutes with RDR if he's cool with
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
And then
go
we'll.
ahead. Whatever. I'm on the holiday. Huh? I'm on the
Oh,
beach here.
wow. I
Oh,
was
where are
going to
you at?
say,
I'm on Gran Canaria,
Oh, okay.
just chilling
man,
with the kids a couple days.
How is the hydrations been the last couple of times? Like making weight
No,
and
it's
stuff
very
like
easy
that.
for me to make middleweight. I walk around 95 kilos, weigh in
Mm.
93, so it's very easy. And it's like when I fought at light heavyweight the last time, I weighed like 96, so
Mhm.
basically put on a kilo of fat. It's pretty hard to put on some weight if you do the type of work we do, like on the mats every day. It's basically cardio all day. So
Mhm.
to put on muscle mass, it's a very tedious process.
How was that experience doing submission grappling?
Very cool, man. It was cool to be part of the American card for the first time.
Mm.
The crowd there is crazy. It's a lot different than Asia is. Asia is cool. They're very respectful. They really like the fighting and stuff. But the people in America, they come for a party. They're all drunk out of the mind. They're all cheering. They're happy about everything. It's very cool.
Nice.
yeah, I was going to ask you, Reinier. We didn't get to speak to you after that grappling match. I did sort of bump into you in the arena. You looked like your face of thunder, and then we saw you at a hotel, and I knew, all right, he's not in the mood to
This
talk.
is not the moment.
But you did come and say goodbye to me and Tom, and you shook a hand, so
Yeah,
I appreciate
of
that.
course.
But yeah, I didn't want to. It was a bit raw. I know you never like losing. You're a real competitor. Yeah, what's your takeaways from fight week there and the whole
Yeah,
experience?
yeah. It was cool. It was cool to be a part of it. Cool to be in Denver for this. Yeah, I think it was, as I said afterwards. This wasn't the loss. It wasn't the win. It was a draw. That's what it was. We were very close, which is okay. It doesn't make me happy or sad, but would have been cool to choke him out. And I think um, I could have had a chance. Maybe should have taken a bit more risks, and he didn't really take a lot of risk either. So we were close in that regard. I think both of us were thinking of when we were both kind of avoiding getting guillotined or darsed, and this is the result. So it's a shame. Um, but I'm really looking forward to, like I said, throw some elbows, throw some knees, make it a bit more interesting and a bit more dangerous.
What do you think
Well,
of? Sorry, you go ahead, John.
Go ahead.
oh well, what about combat jiu-jitsu? Do you think that would be something that maybe they should consider in one?
Yeah, like slapping and stuff. Yeah, maybe or
Yeah.
just fight, man. It's better.
Well, Cade was telling me, yeah, he'd like to see combat jujitsu, but what do you make of Ty and Cade? Having grappled Ty now, they the real deal or what?
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, yeah. As I said afterwards, we should continue this one in the gym and maybe live stream it.
Yeah, he talked a little bit of they're very nice boys, but
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
okay.
really trash talk. But he sort of said you were just standing against the fence the whole time and all that. And what do you make of that? Do you think you were being too defensive?
I don't know. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Yeah, it is what it is. Would have been better if there was a bit more action. We could have gotten it to the ground, but yeah, it didn't happen that way. So it's a shame. Both of us were um, pretty hesitant to shoot in low. I did expect him to pull guard at some point or whatever, but that didn't happen. Yeah, it is what it is.
Well, those
They're gonna
boys,
fight MMA.
they want to go to MMA.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you
So
think of their chances in that?
I don't know. I don't know what their. To be honest, I don't really know what their shoot boxing. So the combination of throwing strikes and wrestling looks like, because it's very different from the way they take down now, right? Because they're pretty explosive with their doubles. They move very well in clinch, but this is a very different world. So, but I think they seem like they're very dedicated to their craft, right? They're guys. They spend a lot of time on the mats. I think they have the right people around them to help them take their first step into MMA. But they still have a long way to go. They're 0 right now, so they have a lot of fights to go before they're anywhere close. And I hope one gives them the chance to develop. So don't throw them in with a guy with a lot of experience right away, because it's a night and day difference, jiu-jitsu to MMA, and not just striking. 'Cause we always say it's all about striking, but all the grappling positions are very different as well. The time is so short. You need to work, because in 5 minutes you need to get them down and choke them out. You can't really tire guys out in that way, so you can't really take your time to finish them. You really need to hustle. So I hope they do well, man. They're nice kids. Who knows?
Right. Well, I have a couple more questions. John, do you have anything else before I'm going to ask you, RDR, about this big fight coming up next week with Malakin and Bular? I'm sure you got some opinions on it, but yeah, John, anything from you there?
no, go ahead, go ahead.
All
Let's
right.
talk about
Well,
the
let's
title
get
fight.
into that. Yeah, I just had a Arjan Bular interview today.
Oh, cool. What
He's
did he say?
he's pretty confident. I was obviously thinking Malakin is going to win this fight, but Arjan just kind of convinced me the way he talked that it's not so easy for Anatoly. But what do you think? You were chasing him at one point, and then you ended up with Malakin. Do you think Malakin is going to smash him? A lot of people seem to say that.
He's been out for a long time, huh? So we can't really say where he's at. We don't know where he's at. what was his last fight? 2 years ago, maybe.
When he won the title against Brandon
Yeah,
Vera over 2 years ago, May or
exactly.
April
Uh,
21.
so that's crazy to be out for that long of a time. I don't know how he's been like in the gym, or I don't know nothing about the guy. I don't really even know who he trains with, to be honest. He's getting on the bad side of his 30s, right? He's like 36,
Yeah,
37, maybe.
37, I think.
It's very there's a lot of things against him, but he is a world beater, man. He's done awesome stuff in the past. So I don't know. I don't know. I'll be watching definitely.
Mm,
What do you
yeah,
guys
I
think?
mean, I well, that's John. Why don't you give your thoughts first? I'm kind of on the fence after today. Arjan talks a good game. He said some stuff which made me think twice. Maybe it's not going to be as simple as we think. And so many times, right in this game, you just see someone pull out the performance you weren't expecting. And I don't know, John. What do you think?
Oh man, I just think that Anatoly's just you know, he's just a big truck. And he's just gonna run over everybody. That's what it seems like, right?
But they're basically the same size, right?
I think so.
I don't
Like
know.
height wise, they're the same. Maybe Bular has a bit more mass, but they're not that different.
I think it's similar. Yeah,
What
Bular
do you
looks a
say?
little heftier.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit more mass up top, maybe. But what do you say? What's he want to do? Just wrestle, right? Bular.
He just says Malikin's never fought anyone in one who's actually any good, and I mean, not telling you, I mean in heavyweight, sorry, who's got a fight IQ, who can like actually give him
Yeah.
problems because nothing gets out of the first or second round. He was talking about how Mike Tyson lost all of his 5 big fights against anyone who put the pressure on and took it to the later rounds. That's what he was saying. But it could just knock him out in the first round. Malikin's got that power. You've tasted it, right?
Yeah.
Was it surprising to you? Did you underestimate it, or did you know if I get hit by that, it could be game over? I've got to avoid it.
Nah, I didn't know any of that stuff, man, because I've never been hit. I've never
Yeah,
been hit in a fight. All the 16 fights before that, I've never been hurt. So
Mhm.
I didn't know what to expect at all. I was getting a bit cocky maybe beforehand, so I thought just if I go in, I take people down, choke them out. This is the way fights happen. But it didn't go that way this time. And he has that special thing. He definitely has that special power. But um, how special is that, right? Because there's a lot of heavyweights who have that power, and there's a lot of guys. He didn't put me out with one shot.
hello.
I'm not sure if he really has one shot knockout power. He usually TKOs. He TKOs guys normally. Um, but yeah, uh, the most surprising thing in our fight was before we fought, the only thing he threw was like wild looping right hands, right? Only overhands. So what surprised me is when we fought, he threw shots straight through the middle, down the barrel, and that was the thing that surprised me. That was the most dangerous thing he did too. Um, so that showed me he's dedicated to his craft. He's really game planning. He's really working to improve his punches. So that's a big feather in his cap. Gaat jullie even niet doen. Ik ben even.
I know you want to fight him again. You reiterated that on Instagram today or yesterday, whatever it was. Is this for real? You really want to take on this guy again, and you think you've got the game plan to stop him hitting you and to get him down, to do your thing where you do your best work.
I really have to, man. I can't let that thing rest. I can't let that thing go. Um, Most people I speak to ask me to not fight him again, but I have to, man. I have to. There's no other way. I know I can do so much better. To be honest, I've really changed a lot of stuff in the way I prepare. My boxing and kickboxing stuff. I've been working on that part of my game a lot more. Um, and yeah, I believe I can beat anybody in the world, and this is a big challenge. He has like 15 kilos on me. He won the first one, but I need to work and get this one back. There's no other way. It has to happen one day. Um, but I would like a middleweight fight first, so one should get hustling.
Well, I'll ask you about that just to end it, but one more before. Arjan also said to me when he beats Anatoly, he's going to chase him down to light heavyweight. He's going to take that title too, and he's going to retire him. What about you and Arjan at light heavyweight? Then
Yeah,
would you
why
like
not?
that?
Yeah, it'd be cool. That's the one thing that started it, right? Arjun was the one that was the first one I thought about fighting coming up. So who knows? But it's he has his work cut out for him as we know. I'm very interested to see the fight. But if he's really been working, as Arjun's really been working his defensive boxing, his movement and stuff. I think what Anatoly brings is not that like crazy, right? It's not like crazy footwork. He just cut me off very nicely. He just threw that right hand very nicely down the middle. It's not like he has a lot of weapons, right?
Well, the weapons he does have are pretty
Are very,
scary.
very fucking dangerous. That's
Yeah.
definitely true. That's definitely true. I'm not trying to say anything disrespectful about him. Of course, what he does very well. And Bular, to be honest, he doesn't have that many weapons either. Have you ever seen him throw a kick? Right? No.
I mean, the win against Brandon was impressive, but he sort of wore him down. But I thought Brandon was, already getting older. He was at least 40 then, I think, and he hadn't fought in a while before that. And then
Yeah.
I think, yeah, this is, and he
His
beat
box.
Mario Chirilli as well. But I'm not sure where Chirilli stands in the level.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. He boxes all right. Bular boxes all right, and he wrestles all right. Um, so we'll see, man. I'm very excited for it. Do you know what's up with this? Because it's not like on the main event, and what's going on there? Do you know?
It's on Prime. Sorry, it's on Fight Night. Friday Fights
Yeah.
22. It's not on a Prime Video card because they want it to be in prime time in India, where Arjan is. They're trying to get Arjan into the market there with Star Sports, who are broadcasting it, and they have a big reach over there. This TV network called Star Sports with
Oh, I didn't know.
hundreds
I
of
didn't know.
millions of people. So I think they want it in prime time in India, which means has to be nighttime in Asia, which means Lumpini Stadium. But I don't think it can be a main event at Lumpini Stadium because it's MMA. It's got to be Muay Thai there, so it's a bit earlier in the night. But it's a little odd. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
it's a little
sure.
odd. I don't really know.
Well, it's
Because
free,
now
I
that
think, for us, so
yeah,
we
and now
can
they
watch.
have it on. Now they have it on the main event, but it used to be like a fourth fight or something.
Who knows? We'll have to check it
Yeah,
out.
we'll
We'll
see
have
what
a
happens.
look. Well, yeah, I just wanted to then give you the chance to give you the mic promo. If you want to cut a promo on anyone, you want to call anyone out, whatever you want to say, now is the chance, RDR.
um, Tag a friend who knows a friend who knows a good middleweight. Bring him to one.
Yeah, help him out. Anyone know any middleweights, please tell Rick and tell
Yeah,
Matt.
call Rick, call Matt because it's not working right now. They're not fighting any. Now I believe they have some. What the last thing they said to me is they have someone. I've been saying for the last half year I would like to fight in July or August. I can stretch it to September, but I need to fight. I've been out for a long time fighting wise. I gotta challenge myself. I'm looking for somebody new, and I need a real challenge this time.
All right, well, we'll leave it there because RDR is on holiday with his family in Gran Canaria, so we don't want to take any more time. We really appreciate you doing this. I did not know you're on holiday when I requested the interview. I'm so
Not a
sorry to
problem, man.
interrupt
Not a
that, man.
problem. It's better now than when I'm at home. At home, I'm always busy, and now we're just chilling, right? So
All right, then get back out on the beach. We'll see you soon, hopefully, for a middleweight title defense.
yes, thank you guys.
Thank
Later.
you. All right. Okay, that was RDR, Reinier de Ridder, giving us an update. Sounds like it was a bit of fake news that he's looking to go to welterweight. That doesn't seem to be the case. Wants to stay a middleweight, John.
Uh-oh. What happened?
What happened? Feels like people just whispering and then it gets changed, right?
Yes.
I know how that
Yes.
works. Once it goes through
Yeah.
one person, it becomes something else, and then I
Each
thought it was
level, right,
slightly odd, but
is
I
more
didn't doubt it.
fabricated.
Yeah, because RDR has an insane. He just takes on any challenge, right? I thought, wow, this is just him being him because we saw him go up. Well, not go up because he had the belt. We saw him take that Malakin fight, which didn't work out well. We saw him take the Rutolo grappling fight, which he lost, but he gave a good account of himself. But so I thought he was doing RDR things, but it looks like he wants to stay a middleweight. But okay,
There you go. There you go. RDR.
nice
Well,
audience though joining us here. 52 concurrence. We like that. Give us a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome back to the Post Fight Podcast. Well, now we can talk about One Fight Night 11, John. Your first One Championship fight week, I think ever, but definitely with SCMP. How was it for you?
yes, I was able to pop the cherry, so to say, and we did it in Bangkok, Lumpini Stadium. Where else better to do something like that? But yeah, the first fight week, it was, it's back to doing fight weeks. Interviews, editing, um, all that stuff. It's just back on the grind, so to say, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a grind, isn't it? It sort of flies by the whole week. Each day is long, and just one by one they pass, and then next thing you know, you're back home. But you're not back home, John. You went to Phuket after, didn't you? You stayed in Thailand. How are you finding it back in Phuket? I know you're a bit immobile still with the leg.
It's normal, man. It's island life. One of the best places in the world. Flat out. Like there's, it's just beautiful here, and just the lifestyle is so good. But yeah, just going to the gym, seeing a bunch of fighters. You got what is it? A bunch of fighters there at Bangtao, and tomorrow I'll go to Tiger and go check it out and see what's up at Tiger. But yeah, just moving around, getting some content for you guys.
Yes, I think there are some tryouts, aren't there, at Tiger Muay Thai? You're going to be checking out some One Championship tryouts. Tiger seems to be becoming an unofficial, maybe official partner with One Championship. They seem to be doing a lot more work together, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we're gonna go talk to the main man of Tiger Muay Thai tomorrow morning. V Watt. He is the the operator, right, of Tiger Muay Thai. So we'll see. We'll get some info from him and talk about the tryouts and the scholarships, or what was it, the contracts that they're giving out. We'll get into that a little bit, and some of the fighters.
Yeah, get your comments in and questions as well. I have to scroll up for a few more, but one from Galactus. That one card was mid just because there were a lot of finishes. Doesn't make it a good card. Did you like the card, John? I kind of enjoyed it in the end. It
It was
worked out
okay.
okay
It
for
was a
me.
good
Yeah.
card. You know what I mean? You get what you pay for, and that's what happened. And on that card, it wasn't like the best card. It was the worst card. It was just a card, right? That had some good fights, especially in the main event. Um, Kwon
Yeah, we
incredible
got some
performance.
good finishes, some shocking knockouts. And Galactus following up saying how many people were in the stadium. They had to black out the audience. Not a lot there. It was full. It was rammed. It was completely full. They just black out the audience. I think that's a production style for them. But there was not an empty seat in the house. There usually isn't at
No.
Lumpini. It's pretty small. It's like 2,000 people there, so not hard to fill out. I actually prefer that to them doing a big 12,000 seat stadium in the middle of the morning, which is going to be impossible to fill anyway. In Bangkok or Manila, which I've seen, they're much
Let's be
better off
realistic.
doing that. Yeah, if they're sticking with the morning shows, it's got to be something smaller like Lumpini. But a lot of people there, not just locals and foreigners. I knew some people who flew in from Hong Kong as well. Shout out to my guy Grant Sanders. Finally met him. He's a regular viewer of the show. He got to meet Rodtang and greet Rodtang as well.
What's his name?
Grant Sanders. I think we saw him
Grant
right.
Sanders.
Grant. American
Grant or Grant.
Yeah.
Is it Grant
Grant.
or Grant?
Depends where you're from. Let's see.
Okay.
Grant.
He's from the
Anyway,
UK
yeah,
as well.
yeah. No, he's from. He felt it sounded a bit South African. I'm sorry, Grant, if I got
Okay.
that wrong. But he lives in Hong Kong as well.
Mhm.
And I think Anonymous was there. Obviously, didn't show themselves to us because they want to stay
Yeah,
anonymous.
I
But
thought you met him. I thought you met him
I did not.
anonymous.
Saw a
Okay.
few familiar faces from Bangtao as well, like Kenny Alpha. I like that
Yeah,
guy.
I heard Ken. He's gonna make his amateur debut, MMA debut this year.
Yeah,
Soon.
if one championship, I may actually tell them to look at this kid because I feel like he's going to go do some stuff, isn't he? He seems incredible.
I don't know.
He was the first
I
guy
don't
I
know.
ever rolled with in my life. My first jiu-jitsu class, and yeah, he was incredible, and I was terrible. But he didn't. He was nice, John. He was nice about it. He let me put him in a Kimura and then pretended it hurt when it probably didn't. Anyway, what's the deal with Tiger Muay Thai and one? Asked John KL. You might know a bit more than me,
We'll
John.
we'll find out tomorrow because I've had the interview with Viwa, the operator, right, of Tiger Muay Thai. So we'll find out what's going on with them and get you all that news, right, soon.
All right, all right. Don't believe me, Galactus. Well, yeah, I'm not trying to do some fake news. It was full. John can attest it was
Yeah,
full.
it was full. It
Like we
might
were
not
not
be the
messing
biggest
around.
place, but it was full. You know?
Yeah, it was literally full. I mean, you
Yeah.
can watch some of our videos on our social media channels, which have different lighting, and you can see the fans in the seats. Maybe watch the Super Bowl one. You'll see it pans around and it's full. Fans jumping out of their seats. Not everything is a conspiracy, guys. Come on, we'll tell you how it is. We shoot straight from the hip, John. Let's do it. All
Yes, I
right,
shoot from the toes.
shoot from the toes. Anyway. Well, we wanted to talk a little bit about our reaction there, but there's been some fight news I've seen this week, so maybe we can
What?
start with some of that. Yeah, a couple of things. Supergirl is back. She's going to fight
What?
Christina Morales. So let's see if they added this to the website because then I can bring it on to the screen. But yeah, I think even bigger news, or much bigger news, let's be honest, is Tawanchai is going to be back on that card. This is one Fight Night 13, Alazov versus Gregorian. John, it's shaping up to be a little bit of a kickboxing showcase, shall we say. I have found the website does have the Tawanchai fight added. Tawanchai versus David Kiria. So Tawanchai is coming to kickboxing. He wasn't lying. The featherweight Muay Thai champion
Yeah.
is coming over, and he said he wanted a tune-up because I think from what I heard, they were thinking, well, we could match you up with anyone you want. You're the champ. But he was saying, no, give me someone maybe, in the lower bit of the rankings or just outside ranking. It is a good challenge for him, I would think. Well, are you excited to see Tawanchai come to kickboxing, John?
Of course, man. I'm excited to see him fight anything. I'm waiting for him to go to MMA. That's what I'm waiting for. you know.
Well, I wouldn't rule it out, but there is some MMA on the card, as you can see there. Marcus Buchecha Almeida and Rug. I broke that news a couple months ago, or 1 month ago.
Pat
Yes, when I was
yourself
in
on
Denver.
the back, laddie.
Batting. That was the neck.
There you go.
But Buchecha told me in Denver he was going to fight Rug. Kind of went under the radar given everything else that happened that day. But yes, there it is. And that's called, of course, Chingiz Alazov against Marat Grigorian. Main event. Superbon officially will be fighting the winner, Chachi told me. This could be a fun card, John. Looks like it. But
Breaking news.
What you got for me?
You just said it.
Oh,
that Superbon's going to fight the winner.
Oh, well, I put it out on socials and SCMP.
Well, it might be breaking news to some people that are listening right now. They don't know,
so
right?
you could have dropped some more breaking news in there.
No, I just said breaking news because, you're breaking the news.
All right. Well, that should be a good card. It seems like they've got more attention on that card, though, than the next one, which is one Fight Night 12 and only has... Oh, it's got a few more fights, actually, announced for it.
What are they doing with Buchecha, right? Like, why is he kind of fighting backwards in a way, right?
I think, yeah, it's a weird one. I don't think...
Isn't it?
He doesn't want to rush, and I don't think they want to rush him, and they need to get this Malikan Bullar business sorted first. And then I think Ali Akbari is probably hovering for a title shot.
But I would
depending on
think
who wins it.
Buchecha's like a fight away from a title shot. You could give him one more fight, but he's like fighting backwards. Like you don't get a title shot off beating Rug, right? That doesn't make sense, does it?
Yeah, I would have done him and Amir, perhaps.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's just odd to me.
I don't know. I do not know how it works, but this happens a lot where you see ranked guys defending their position instead of, you know, working their way up to title shots. But I think it's the way it is. You're not going to turn down a fight. If you're Buchecha, you might see that as easy money, quick win. So Rug, you see, I beat this guy. I'm right there for a title shot. So I can see why both guys took it. Anyway.
Rug could win, man. You never know. At heavyweight, you just never know, right?
You never know. Dark Side saying they're taking care of Buchecha like they will do with the Rutolos, just slow. Yes, I guess we have to remember he is just pretty new still to MMA and big jiu-jitsu guy. Breaking him in, he's already had, I want to say 3 or 4 fights, and they've all ended very quickly. So I think he just maybe wants to get that experience, John, before taking on. I think he actually told me that. I did interview him, so you can go and watch the interview from May from One Fight Night 10. But I think that's his plan.
All right, respect to the plan.
Respect the plan. Okay, well, what do you want to do then? Do you want to talk about Fight Night 11 reaction, all that stuff?
We could. That's the purpose of the podcast, right? Or are we talking about anything else? Is there any other breaking news?
I don't think so. Right? I mean, we can get to some of that after, but yeah, a quick bit of reaction from Fight Night 11. So,
all right, let's go.
I think, what is the big talking point would be Superbon, I guess. Incredible knockout, wasn't it, John? You were there watching. Yeah. I was stuck. Actually, I was there with you, but I actually looked down at the computer. I looked up again, and it was over. It was that quick, wasn't it? Incredible finish. Insane.
It was like a flicker knockout, head kick knockout. He just like flickered his, left foot up and just flicked it on his chin, and he just knocked him out like that. It was just like so nonchalant, so flawless, smooth when he hit him and knocked him out. It was just it was an incredible knockout to watch. I feel like it's to be honest with you, it's a better knockout than the one that he knocked out Petrosian. I like this one better because this one seems like it was flawless, like a thing of beauty.
I think, the way he did it, like you said, it was nonchalant, a flick of the foot, and with his left as well. Incredible technique. As Chatri told me, it's 10 out of 10 technique. The difficulty level on that, I would agree, even though I'm not a technique master, far from it. But I think that's one of the best knockouts I've ever seen. Incredible.
But you will go work with Superbon. That's the plan, right? Like you
train with him.
You promised him, right? You said you're gonna go.
I did. He said he will train me.
Exactly.
Wow, Galactus is just hating on everything today. You're saying
that
was not that incredible. No one knows who this dude was. Petrosian, one of the best kickboxers ever. Some salty stuff from you here, Galactus. He knocked out some nobody. Chinga's own Superbon.
I like the name though, Galactus Kane.
Yeah.
GC. Oh, Anonymous, he saw us.
Oh, you saw us. Okay.
I ran into you guys near the ticketing booth at Olympian last week.
You looked to be in a hurry, so I didn't say hi. Well, you should have said hi, Anonymous.
Yes. Don't be shy.
Your cover would be blown. But we probably were in a hurry, to be honest. Because
we were. Remember, we were waiting for the person to take us to the back, right? At that time.
It's pretty stupid over there. So I know why they do it, but they won't let John or I actually move anywhere without a chaperone. A PR has to take us from the media room to the seats if we want to go back. I remember I was waiting outside for 5 minutes at one point because I couldn't get hold of any PRs, and it was just stupid. It's like, can I just go in? I'll walk. You can watch me walk straight to the media backstage. I won't do anything, but no dice. Come on, One Championship, get it together. Get some tables in there as well, some Wi-Fi in the seating area. It's not set up for media at all, is it, John?
It's like Fort Knox, you know. It's like
Oh, no.
we need to get some access, and people are just blocking. And you can't blame the people that are working, right? Because they're just following orders. They're just following orders, right?
Yeah,
So
cannot blame the people. They are
nah.
following orders. Shinne, we'll talk about Shinne. Yeah, Damien R. Does anyone know why Shinne lost like that? He just gave his neck to the guy. Well, Freymanov's a monster. He's an absolute monster. That was a crazy fight. Freymanov looked like he had maybe a broken orbital, though. We saw him in the.
He broke it right here on the inside of his eye. He told me right here. He broke it like right where the nose meets the eye, right there. Right there, he broke that. So he has like his nose looks like it's broken. On top of it, it looks like his cheek is broken too. So it's pretty bad damage.
Yes, could be out for a while, which is a shame because he's right in the mix now for a title shot, I think. Even though,
without doubt.
Shinne wasn't ranked, it was so impressive, that win. But he's going to be on the shelf, I think, until 2024, which sucks. And, we saw Okra Yoon took him a long time to come back from orbital. Shannon Wirchai told me can take up to a year. He had the same thing. Yuri Lapkus broke his orbital when he fought Lapkus. Yeah, it's a tough one, that. But yeah, what else we're going to talk about then? I just wanted to get the reaction, more of the stuff. Some of this crazy stuff about Petrosian. How about that? Chatri was saying to us, what a crazy saying Petrosian is got anxiety and doesn't want to come back. He wants to retire. Caused a bit of debate among everyone. What do you think, John? Do you think Petrosian has anxiety? Do you think he's still... Is that the kind of knockout? It did break his jaw, and it must have been shocking for him, given everything he had achieved. To lose like that, to lose your whole mystique is gone in one flash. Your career, everything changes. Is this possible that he could still be feeling some PTSD from that knockout?
He could be. Look what happened to Ronda Rousey. She was arguably at the peak, right? Probably the most famous fighter in the world at one point. And look what happened to her. She got knocked out once. After that, she was just never the same again. So it could be a possibility, but I don't know. It's weird, right? Like, has Petrosian's camp said anything since then?
Not a word, it looks like. But
no, so they're not responding to it.
I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. If it is, yeah, it'll be a shame if he never comes back. It's already been, I think, 20 months. He's getting up there, 37 now. The longer you wait, the harder it gets, I think, John.
Exactly. And he does have mileage on him as well, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The rematch is there if he wants to take it, but it looks like Superbon is going straight to Chingiz or Marat Grigorian, and he will be ringside, he's hoping. Those were the big storylines coming out of One Fight Night 11. Not too much else, What can you say about Reggie and Ursel, John? Because he just lines them up, knocks them down. Some people thinking Menchikov took a dive. I see our friend Galactus suggesting that, or someone in the chat. A few people have said this online, I've seen. So what do you think? Would Menchikov have taken a dive there? It's Isaac saying the Ursel was fake as F. His opponent took a dive.
What? Why? Like, there's not that much money involved in that, right? So I don't think there's enough to where one fighter's taking a dive. Having that title is worth more than anything. So I don't think that's just stupid. Okay, maybe it was, that's perfect placement. You know what I mean? He didn't look like he cracked him that hard, but man, it did really mess him up because when he got up for the first time after he got knocked down, he kind of was wobbly, and then he just crumbled once again, even after the referee waved off the fight. So he was crumbling. He crumbled, man. After that, it was just he was badly hurt, man. It was perfect placement, probably in some perfect spot or something like that. But yeah, it's ridiculous. People are even saying that. Why would they do that?
Well, Isaac says it's a dive, and you don't know fighting if you think that wasn't a dive. Ursel hit the forehead. The forehead is not a damaging blow in 8-ounce gloves. Well, I find
Is
it
it
hard.
4-ounce gloves?
It's 4, yeah. But why would Menshikov take a dive? And I don't get it because I feel like one are not. They full respect to Ursel, but they don't put much promotion behind him, and they don't see that he can be a star for them. He's just kind of doing his thing. He's always a reliable guy if they need a main event. But you would think by bringing in a guy like Menshikov and by putting Sinsamut Klimi up against Ursel twice, there's some interest in maybe getting a new champion there, getting some new blood in these divisions, atop the divisions. So I don't know why, if you're insinuating that Menshikov was paid to take a dive for Ursel by one, seems to make no sense. I don't know, John. Are we going into
It's
conspiracy?
blasphemy. You're becoming a truther. You're
a truther.
Yes, you're just going beyond the realm of possibility. Come on, let's just be real. There's not that much money being exchanged to do all of that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't understand why people would even say that. Ursel, man, that guy is good, man. He hasn't lost in almost 8 years, I think.
It's a ridiculous streak, yes.
And he's beaten everybody in one. Like, he's undefeated in one, been undefeated for 8 years almost. That's insane. Like, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be ping pong champion, but if you're 8 years undefeated as a ping pong champion, that's an incredible feat, don't you think?
It's a pretty incredible feat, I would say.
No matter what, you know what I mean? So, yeah, Ursel, man, he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. And look at the country he comes from. I think the total population of Suriname is like 400,000 or 500,000. The whole country, Nick, the whole country is like 400, 500,000 people. And he's one of the guys, right? It's crazy. It's him and Jairzinho.
Yeah.
He's the other guy. Those two guys like made to the top of martial arts, man, from that country. Only 500,000 people total in that country. That's insane.
The fighting pride of Suriname, indeed. Well, Tu Yong and Wu was a good fight, says Damien. It was a bit of a barn burner quite early on in the morning, John, wasn't it? But big implications. Hu Yong, I put him in my top 5. I just submitted my rankings, and I'm going for Hu into that top 5. I think he deserves it. Got a couple of big wins now. And he gave a nice speech, didn't he? He seemed to be... He was talking about how he used to have to be a delivery man, a security guard, and he still says he's working part-time, and his dream is to go full-time MMA. He get a bonus or what? I'm not sure he did.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, yeah, hopefully he can go full-time soon because he's got a lot of talent, hasn't he, John? There's those two guys, I think we're seeing them in the flyweight division for a while.
I think Nick is a fan of Hu.
Yeah. What can I say?
Speaking very gracious of him.
What can I say? I saw him in Manila. Excellent knockout of Jehe Eustaquio. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank is the real pride of Suriname, says John KL, of course.
Who's that?
Legendary footballer. Chelsea.
Really?
Used to play for Chelsea. Good striker. I didn't know he's from Suriname, John. I just thought Netherlands, yeah. I'm going to check that out.
That's crazy.
There we go. All right, well, yeah, not many other storylines, John, coming out of the show. I think it's already moving towards Friday Fights 22. It is going to be a big card, Pretty much the main fight there, for us at least, is that big title fight. Arjan Bula against Anatoly Malakin. I interviewed Arjan today. You've seen it, John. What did you make of the interview?
It was a good interview. Arjan, he's not really much of a talker. He's not, We got Malakin, who is like this punchline promo, right? He can give you the promo, right? But Arjan is not. It doesn't seem like he can give you that promo. But he explains his intent very clearly against Anatoly. It's going to be a good fight. I think Arjan, he's ready for his toughest test, and he's gonna get clocked in the head. That's the only thing is, can Arjan survive the initial onslaughts? The initial like barrages that come in, right? Can he survive those? Can he get clocked and survive? Because I think that's what he's gonna need to do to win this fight. He's gonna get hit, and when he does get hit, can he survive the barrages coming at him? That's the question in that fight. I'm so excited to see that fight. I want to see if Arjan can survive that. What if Arjan comes in and clips Anatoly, early? Who knows? That could be a possibility as well. It's gonna be a fun fight.
We've never seen Anatoly in any danger.
Exactly, right? Like, imagine if Arjan can put him in danger early, make it fun.
I don't know. Just watch this interview, guys. After talking to Arjan Buller today, I'm not. There's a little doubt now whether it's going to be as easy as everyone's thinking for Anatoly Malakin. I don't know if that's just because Arjan is a good salesman. He's a good talker, I think. But interestingly, though, De Ridder was mentioning it there. Is this now actually the main event of the show? Because it seems to be top of the bill on the website. Or is this just the first part of the card? So it's going to be on at 7 or 9 o'clock.
No, it's just first part of the card, right? So this one, I saw the poster already. It's
okay.
It's going to be like, basically, it's going to be the main event for part 1 of the fight night.
Okay.
Friday fight, right? So part 1 main event will be this fight, and then the fights after the Anatoly Buller fight are going to go on. What's the channel that they got in Thailand?
I don't know though, because look at this, right? See these fights here, and then I'm going to swap the screen to the Instagram, and suddenly
Instagram has a different one, right?
Instagram has Super Leg
like that
above them, but the website has Arjan and Anatoly above Prajan Chai and Sam A, above Super Leg, above Seksan, and above Mong
Yeah,
Thai.
I think Dark Side has got it. He's at channel 7. So after Bular, I think the 4 fights right there, they're going to be on channel 7.
But the website has, I'm flipping back. Website now has the Bular just top of everything, above all these guys.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to switch that around, to be honest.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I feel like you cannot do this fight the 4th from the end of. Just, it's got to go on last. But
you can. The reason why you can is because most of the people that are in the stadium, they're there for the Muay Thai. I think that's why they can do it.
I think what's more important for them is India for this card, I think. And India want a nice prime time for this show. And India are 1 hour behind Bangkok, I think. So yeah, that sits quite nicely, if it's the last fight there, a little prime time for them. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But look at this card, John. It's just very, very nice. It's better than some of the recent Prime Video cards, I would say, easily. You got 2 title fights, and there are big implications in both. A heavyweight title unification fight, Arjan Anatoly. Interim strawweight Muay Thai title, Prajan Chai, Sam A. Rematch there. You've got Superlek coming to Muay Thai again, and you've got Seksan, who's always fun. And this guy Superlek's fighting is good, I'm hearing. He's no bum, so it's not a layup. Should be interesting. Very tall. Mong Thai, the elbow zombie, very, very good. Nico Carrillo, real prospect. I saw his last fight. Brilliant stuff from him. He could be a star for one championship. This is a really, really fun fight. City Chai. Who doesn't love City Chai? And Eddie Abasolo, another prospect. That could be fun. Yeah, Rambo Lex, always good value. This is a great card, John. Whether you like Muay Thai or not, it's got a bit of everything. So I'm happy. I'm very happy with that.
It's good. It's good.
Lots of layups on this card, though. Jordan says this is what I call regional talent. Interesting.
Well, it all
Friday
depends,
fights
you know.
better than UFC, says ADF GGGGG. This card way better than last fight night. Way better, says Dark Side. Do you guys talk about anything other than inflating one's content, says Duncan. Duncan, we're a one championship podcast. We cover one championship, so
Yeah. So if
we only
we're
talk about one.
a UFC
Sorry.
podcast and we're covering UFC, would that be something that's wrong? You know what I mean? It's like same shit.
Yeah. But thanks for watching either way.
Yes. Duncan Crandall.
Big Dunk in the house, dunking on us for talking
Duncan
about one
Trussell.
championship on our one championship podcast. How dare we? Sexan versus Benden will be the sleeper hit of the card, says Andrew Hunt. There we go. There's a lot of people are liking this card. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be great. You're going to be there, John. I'm hoping maybe I can swing by. You're going to fly back, I think, from Phuket. Is that right?
Yes, yes. Friday morning, I'll hitch a flight
Swing by.
and swing by
Okay.
Lumpini.
Michael Owens in the house. Tong Poon should be main event of Friday Fights 22. Yes, how did I forget? Tong Poon. He doesn't seem to be on the website. I think he's on there somewhere, though. Yes, on the Instagram, they have Tong Poon against Yang Dam. Tong Poon is riding 2 very quick, sensational knockout wins on Friday Fights. And he is a character, to say the least. He has his name tattooed on his chest. He's got some nice ice and some shades. One is lazy, just like you two, says Galactus Kane. This card is horrible if you're talking about it. You talk about Friday Fights 22 is horrible, Galactus. It's not. It's a very good card.
We love you,
It's a very
Galactus. We love that
yeah.
you hate it, which,
Yeah.
you know, that's what's great. You know what I mean? That means we're having freedom in this world. That you
Freedom
can
of
come
speech,
on here
baby.
and hate a product that we're talking about, you know, and it's great for you, great for us. Yeah, this card's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. Any other topics you guys want us to talk about before we bounce out? I kind of want to
Yeah.
keep the podcast short this week.
Yeah, we got to keep it a little bit shorter for maybe several reasons. But Duncan, I criticize one frequently. You know, you can attest to that, John.
Yes, we always do, but people don't. They don't know.
Yeah. You know,
anything? Oh, okay. New guy.
give and
What's
take.
new guy
Give and
saying?
take.
New
New
guy
guy.
saying Abasov. What's the crack on Abasov? Like, what's going on with him?
Okay, Abasov. I haven't heard anything. Yeah, since he lost to Christian Lee, he's not made much
Is
noise.
he
but
free agent?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I think he'd be
He
in the
might be.
conversation for.
He might be a free agent.
Let's have a look at his Instagram. I don't know. I've not seen anything. He's hanging out with some of the guys in Sagid. Yeah, I think he's still with one.
Okay. I thought I heard something about him like getting offers from other promotions or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, be better and cover the sport better, says Duncan Crandall. It's disgusting, to be honest. Okay.
We are disgusting. Have you smelled my armpits?
I'm sure I smell pretty bad right now. Oh, Duncan, man. You don't have to watch. You can turn it off. You know, it's all good, baby. Right. Dark Side, what's up with the interim belts? Yes. So I heard something interesting for lightweight belt. I can't say it. But I think you'll like it. Welterweight. Yeah, Chatri was saying Murad versus RDR, but RDR just turned that one down. It looks like on the show a bit earlier. If you missed it, you can rewind to the beginning, and RDR talks about why he's not going to go fight for an interim welterweight title. But still some guys there. Yeah, Murad. You got Abasov, Kadistam. You know, Soldic could even come back into the equation there, but probably not after that loss. But I don't know. Lightweight, you've got plenty of guys you could do things with. Sagid, Okrayun, Daggy. I'm forgetting one. Halil Amir. Plenty of people to be in some fights. Murad and Sagid. Yeah, I think so. Dark Side. They would make sense not against each other. But here we go. This is the same podcast that made a list for one to promote their lack of talent, says Galactus. Oh, the hate is just coming today, John. Jeez.
It's all good.
I'm watching and commenting negative. Can't
I love
handle
it.
constructive criticism, then FO. Well, I can handle it.
FO.
I'm putting it on the screen
FO.
and reading it out. FO.
And go subscribe to my OF.
Yeah, we can handle it, Duncan. Seems like you can't handle us hitting back a bit there.
Yeah, Duncan.
Breaking out the
Probably
swear words. Yeah.
Just
PG podcast. Come on. No acronyms.
just go back to watching your reruns of what's that show?
I don't know.
Damn, I forgot the show. What it was called. But cheers.
Cheers. Great show.
Yes. You know, it's a show about alcoholics.
Abasov against Murad should be the fight to make, and then the winner versus Kadistan. Don't disagree. I'd like that. But Abasov against Kadistan was not competitive when they did that. I'm not sure how Kadistan would stop Abasov at all, and Murad is the same. It's a boring fight, says Isaac. Yes, that could be one where you get two guys, John, just same skill set, two wrestlers.
It could be, but it also could be a great fight, to be honest. It's a hit or miss fight right there.
It is. You guys think you're better than me, says Duncan. Insulting people shows the type of bad journalist you guys truly are. Right. I'm a bad
Yes,
journalist.
yeah. You're up for the award for baddest journalist of the year.
Yeah. I am.
I think
Andrew
you have a
Hunt.
good-
I have a good chance to win. Is the open weight Muay Thai Grand Prix dead in the water? It sounds like it,
It
Andrew.
seems like it, right? There's nothing, and you know, to be honest with you, I just never thought it was gonna happen, anyways, because it doesn't make any sense. You're doing an open weight Muay Thai Grand Prix. The heavyweights are gonna win the Grand Prix. You know what I mean? That's just gonna happen. You know, I'd be shocked. You know, imagine if Rod Tank came in and just like wiped the table with everybody, beat all the heavyweights by knockout. Then yes, that would be like, you'd have to put him up there as one of the greatest of all time in just combat sports if he did that. But that's not a possibility because stuff like that doesn't happen. But yeah, did you feel like it was gonna happen, Nick?
Well, I thought more realistic would be someone suggested they would break it into two kind of weight categories. You'd have the heavier weights and then the lighter weights, and they couldn't meet each other, right? There'd be two tournaments, and that was slightly possible, I thought.
What's the cutoff?
I don't know, but you could have like straw or flyweight to feather. I don't know, is that too much? And then you can get it's still.
I think you gotta do flyweight to lightweight.
Yeah, and then the big boys. I mean, when we think about it, it did make no sense. So, but it caused some buzz. When was it? January. Got people talking about one championship for a brief moment. They had Alistair Overeem
Yeah.
come to the show. That was, I think, a little bit staged or whatever happened.
Propaganda, so to say.
Propaganda, like these guys in the chat.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It was all a conspiracy against Alistair Overeem.
Mm-hmm. Big. I wanted to see Quicklier versus Ursel, though, says Darkside. Yes. There were some fun fights that could have been interesting.
Ursel might have to do that eventually.
He's big enough to go up to something, but
he's tall, man.
He's tall. You guys should get some referees or judges on the podcast. Cost seems like a chill guy. Could ask Olivier.
Yes.
The boss. Don't think Herb Dean would do it.
The boss. That's his nickname, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of, I think it's kind of corny.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Michael Owens.
He's a referee. Why
he-
does the referee have a nickname? You know, like the boss.
the boss. He didn't give himself the name. Dom gave it to him, but Michael Owens. See, there
Oh.
you guys go again. Only saying positive things about one. Direct quote from Nick: "The open weight Grand Prix was a great idea." Yeah.
You can always count on Michael Owens to tell you the truth.
Yeah. There he is. Okay. Any other comments here, or just more hatred? Anonymous.
Hate.
I'm happy versus Stamp finally happening. Yeah, it sounds like they're looking at August for it. They had been looking at July, but it's not official yet. That's what I heard. It's not confirmed, so it's not been announced on the website either. So we're getting closer, getting closer. You hear anything from your side in South Korea? Any ham whispers? Gene Camp?
No,
or what?
nothing. You know, my sources seem like they have dried up in the last
Okay.
3 months or so. I don't know for sure, but I'm gonna have to double check with my source because the contact has not been made. Contact has not been made.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think that's gonna be the fight. It's gonna happen in August, most likely, or September. July would
July
be
fight.
shocking.
Well, it's missing a title fight, says Darkseid, and I agree. It's only got what was it? Got Cricklier, right? And
Do you think they're gonna
Zaja.
announce it at the Anatoly fight? That will be the card.
I think it's stranger things have happened. It might be too soon though, but originally I heard July was the target for that fight. So I'd prefer if it's in July because I think August has got enough already for me. But let me bring this card on screen quickly. This July card for me is lacking a little bit. Roman Cricklier, Francesco Jaja, you got Gary Tonin, Shamil Gasanov, good fight, but they need a little bit more. It's just going down here. Walter Gonsalves in MMA is interesting. Tammy Musumeci returning. Mikey's sister. Jiwei and Yuya. That should be fun, though. Flyweight MMA. Elias Mahmoudi. Tugir Khalilov. I like Khalilov, But I do think, if you throw Stamp Fairtex Hamsohi onto this card, really, the new main event, that's going to top it off nicely. So let's see if we can get that going. Oh, here's a nice comment from someone at last.
It's a backhanded compliment.
Sort of. Yeah. Ernesto, I appreciate the work you guys put in. Missing Tom as well, the third stooge. Well, hopefully you're going to get Tom for some stuff. Maybe the live blog. So if you'd like to read as well as watch our content, you can read the live blog for the next fight night. Looks like Tom will do that because John and I were trying to do the live blog as well as rushing around doing interviews and social. It was a bit of a mess, wasn't it, John? We need Tom to take that blog from us.
Yeah. That's a good plan. Yeah, so I guess we'll be back next week with another podcast on Wednesday. Is today Wednesday?
It is Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday, right? What?
Yeah, we're back. One more quickly from Galactus. Sorry, John's got to go. We'll make this the last. How come you guys don't ask follow-up questions about fighters who missed weight? I do all the time. I always bring it up. I constantly ask, and I constantly bring up why Tiffany Teo. A lot of people were saying Tiffany should get an atomweight title shot. I constantly say no, she shouldn't, because she was 10 pounds over. I always talk about people missing weight. What's the protocol say about that? I'd love to hear from you guys. I think it's stupid when fighters miss weight and then get title shots for winning their fight. Like Stephen Lohman is Mike getting one. I think that's a bad idea. It looks bad. You could say, well, Bibiani Fernandez missed weight as well, the guy he beat, so they cancel each other out. I don't like it still. They don't give bonuses to fighters who miss weight. I think that's correct. Anyway, John's got to get out of here. So we'll leave it there. John, final word to you. What's
we'll
coming
be back
up?
next week with some more news and probably some more content. You know what I mean? The Tiger Muay Thai trials are happening, stuff like that. So hopefully I'll get a couple days over there and see what's going on and report back to you guys for the podcast later.
What is this? Sorry, this guy. What's
Who?
the protocol? What do you want me to tell you, Galactus? What is the
Yes.
protocol?
There is no protocol.
About what?
Why are you worried
Missing
about his
weight?
protocol? Yeah, I
What's
don't
the
know.
protocol say about that? About fighters? About asking fighters about missing weight? Oh, sorry, I'm
There is
trying
no protocol.
to.
We just ask if we want to ask. If we don't, we don't. Nick was reporting on it. Like he got when Superbomb missed weight, he got the reaction from Tayfun, right?
Yeah, live reaction when
Yeah. So
Bond.
that what's he talking about? What protocol?
Yeah, I
You're
don't
acting
know.
stupid. All right,
A
we'll
bit
be back
rowdy in the
next
chat.
week.
Yes, I've got some Chihuahuas, Power Pickle. Well, thank you all for watching. Even if you love us or hate us, we'll answer it. Yeah, we'll answer it. Missing weight. What's the protocol so one gets away with a lot of things? Just dumb podcasts. All right, you've earned yourself a block. Get out of here. You're done. All right, correct. Galactus is out of here. We don't mind criticism, guys, but if you insult us, you might get kicked out. Just don't need it. Anyway, I feel calm now, John. I feel like my chi is back.
Your
This guy
cheese
was
is
bugging
back.
me. My cheese is back. The guy was bugging me. That's
Nah,
it.
man, don't worry about it. There's nothing to even think about. Like once we get off of here, I'm not even gonna think about that guy.
No, I won't.
It's
But
just like lose my mind. All right.
he said,
So next week we'll
stupid
be back,
podcast.
same time. We're gonna have a new guest, probably somebody more interesting than the last, right? We try to. So
Trying to top it.
yeah, we'll be back. So come back next week, same time.
Isaac, constructive criticism is not calling the podcast stupid and then not explaining what you want to actually ask us. And when we do explain, you call it stupid. That is not constructive criticism. But anyway, John is right. Who gives a damn? We will be back next week, same time. Try and find a new guest. I had lined up Liam Harrison at some point, but we're gonna get that timing sorted. Got a few people who looking to bring on, so don't worry. We'll have some fun guests. Come and insult us some more. Come and enjoy some more. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Though, says new guy, and I agree with that. Yeah, I think I agree with that. Don't ruin the chat with hate. Indeed, it's meant to be fun, guys. It's called a cop out. Anyway, I don't want to get. We had a lot of hate in the one last week, didn't we, as well? That was fun too. But time to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys. We'll be back next week. Also, check back tomorrow. Arjan Bulla interview will go up on the channel. It's explosive, to say the least. We might put some clips out. So check out YouTube, check out Instagram, Twitter. It'll be up there. There you go. Power Pickle with the final word. You know you're doing well when there's hate for no reason. That's it.
Exactly.
All
That's
right.
what I'm saying. So embrace the hate, embrace the kindness. We all good. So we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Peace.